Hello, this is Editing Mega. Welcome to the first of what may be many, I don't know, we'll see, cut downs of the Critical Eyes stream. These are going to be very basic in terms of editing. I am just taking my kind of broad favorite sections of any given stream, chopping out a lot of the critical role and just including my parts, and then putting them back to back with the goal of getting under an hour. Now, that means that because it is just my favorite parts, your favorite part may get skipped. I'm sorry about that. However, if you want to make sure that your favorite part of Critical Eyes makes it into the edit, makes it into the Eyepatch, feel free to put time codes in the comments, saying like, I really like this range to this range, and I will definitely, well, maybe not definitely, probably include it in the edit, especially if it's short. So with that, enjoy, and I'll see you next time. I think right now, Matt is a bit of a victim of his own success, if that makes sense. Like, I loved the Battle of Iman. I thought it was a really, really great way to scare a party that famously doesn't run. That was the first time that I'd ever seen Vox run, and I've barely seen them run since. I thought that the Battle of Iman was really, 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 really well done. I think it made them very scared. But I think there have been kind of two, maybe 1.5, I would say, major misses in how the Chroma Conclave arc has been structured since. I loved the vestige hunt idea. I think that that is a good way to present them with little miniature goals that can take them through these side quests, power them up along the way. Because some of the vestiges are powerful. They are good magic items, don't get me wrong. But the main benefit that they have gotten from hunting the vestiges is leveling up. That's the main shtick, I would say. However, I think because the power difference during the Battle of Iman was kind of shown / implied, I guess, to be so drastically big, I don't think that they know when to go and fight the dragons, right? And there's, I think, 2 ways to accomplish that. You can either, something that I talked a lot about in the beginning of the Chroma Conclave arc, is give them timers. Say, you only have this long to prepare before you have to fight the dragons, which is that's eventually what Matt did. Matt eventually did instill timers. And so I think that is one way to go with it. I think the other way is for there to be some sort of marker or indicator of when they are powerful enough. Now, that could be, I think, the very top of head, possibly contrived way to do it is to have an NPC have done a lot of research on dragons. Even when they encounter Devosa, I think that something that Devosa could have served in the plot, I was very critical of the whole I need to test your might, heroes, right? I didn't really fuck with that from Devosa. However, a test could have been the perfect excuse for Devosa, the dragon, to be like, great, I'm a dragon. Hello. I just tested you. I watched your performance. I think you are ready to take on a dragon. That, it's a bit contrived. Don't get me wrong. It's a bit on the nose. But I think that sort of thing of having some very clear indicator of, hey, you are now ready to do this, would have, number one, I think made the Chroma Conclave arc drag a little bit less. I think the Chroma Conclave arc has had the highest highs for me in Critical Role so far. My favorite moments from Critical Role have been during this arc. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, but it's also been a long time. It has been long, and it has been. It starts to take on this feeling of it's already been so long. What is a few more sessions? You know what I'm saying? And now it's been so long and they still don't really know if they're prepared. Like, sure, they beat Umbrasil, but for some reason they clearly don't view that as enough proof that they can take on Vorugal. And so now they've gotten into this mindset of everything has to go kind of perfectly, right? Like, we need to prepare the absolute most we possibly can. And I think that led to the end of last session being awkward, I would say, for maybe lack of a better term. I don't know exactly how I would phrase it, but just like, didn't even feel like it was analysis paralysis. It just felt like they were going over the plan kind of over and over and over and over and over. And because when I think of analysis paralysis, I think about debating, right? Trying to decide between some different decisions. It didn't seem to me like they were debating decisions a ton, really. I mean, there was obviously the whole Kima debacle. But I think mostly to me, it seemed like they were just analyzing every single possible decision point. Things that they would not even normally consider. They were constantly hesitating to do things, constantly asking, and just in those situations, much more abnormal, for lack of a better word. I can't quite distill the tone of the end of last session, but it was weird. And I think it is mostly because we are kind of heading towards this breaking point that they have been avoiding for so long. And frankly, I think they still want to avoid. I think without the Ravenites timer, they would not be there. So that's why I say that I think Matt is a bit of a victim of his own success here. Is I think that he very well distilled a lot of fucking fear into them. But I think that fear has bit him in the ass a little bit. It's really resulted in them dragging this out, I think, longer than he would have even wanted them to. So I think that the two kind of solutions to that are either timers, which is what Matt eventually did, or indicators that you are ready to move on. Some sort of test or NPC or book, whatever. Something like that. Okay. That's fair that they need to get Pike in. Why do we gotta do all this other bullshit? Ashley had Friday off from work and flew back to LA to play D&D. She landed right before stream started. I was going to the bathroom with Ashley and letting Ashley in. I see. This is one of, I'm glad that they have made this stone or whatever. I've said it before the last time that we talked about Ashley in detail. Because I love Ashley. I love it when she's there. I definitely, if this was going to be a consistent thing where you're still trying to get her in the games and Pike is still around, I would have absolutely made some manner of plot device for it. The Gatestone is a great simple fix for it. It is. I would have made it even simpler. Like I would have made it even more stupidly simple. Yeah, Delphi, I would lean toward more something like the astral projection, and there is some sort of plot, blah blah blah, for whatever reason, that her god, I can't remember her god's name. Fuck, I've totally forgot it. Pike and her god, I keep thinking Salune or Sarenrae. Sarenrae. Her god needs her for something, and only lets her go on break sometimes. And whenever she goes on break, she sends the astral projection down, and she's just there. That's it. Because, and it's coupled with the fact that they do feel the need to plan everything out. You know what I'm saying? The Gatestone works both ways. They could just come and she could just come to them. Yeah, I mean, I think that I think that they are going to get her because in the fiction, she does not know that they want her to come and get her. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Gatestone is 95% of the way there, and I think if you're at a home table, it's the other 5. Like, if your table isn't too obsessed with having everything make 100% in fictional sense, especially for a contrivance to let a player, occasionally be there or not be there. I think if your table is cool with that, Gatestone works perfectly. She can just pop in. But they are much more concerned with the fiction making sense. You know what I'm saying? They grabbed Kima, so why not Pike? Well, because they probably didn't know that Ashley was going to be available last session when they grabbed Kima. Again, if it's a home game, I would just say, hey, now we know that Ashley can be here. We brought Pike along. That's it. We brought Pike along, and now she's here. I think it could be as simple as that. But if you're, if you're really, really, really into having things make perfect, absolute sense, I think going with something even more flexible and like tying it to Sarenrae and Sarenrae's awareness, and Sarenrae's whims is maybe like the most extreme thing that I would be going down. You know is what I'm saying? Like, it's a very extreme thing, but it totally takes care of everything, every fictional consideration, to where she can just pop into the scene whenever she needs to. They don't even have to talk about it in the fiction. She can just appear. Because I think that it is legitimately like slowing them down, the fact that they have to talk in the fiction. You know what I'm saying? Or they feel as though they have to talk. I think that's the biggest thing, I do think one of CR's weak points is how much they try and lean away from the fact that it is a game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that they are so insistent on keeping up kayfabe at all times, which is not the worst thing in the world. And I can definitely see that being a preference in a home game. But even if you are that obsessed with the kayfabe, I think that there are then some better ways to do it than the Gatestone, because the Gatestone still requires some like chores if you want to keep up the kayfabe. Which, by the way, so that I don't use that without folks knowing, I misspelled it. Kayfabe. Kayfabe, a tacit agreement between professional wrestlers and their fans to pretend that overtly staged wrestling events, stories, and characters, etc., are genuine. And they are obsessed with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If a dragon... Wait, what? The Gatestone works both ways. She could just come to them. Wait... Yeah, I don't know. The only logic I could see against the astral projection would be combat and dying part. Easily hand-waved, but I can see the internet whiny baby protection. Say that the projection is like the Matrix. You die in the game, you die in real life. It's Sword Art Online. If her projection dies, so does she. Like, the projection is soft magic. We can just rule that if the projection dies, she does too. Easy. That's what I'm saying. Like, the Gatestone is fine, but it just leaves too much shit. I can suspend my disbelief to have Pike gate to them so because she misses them. Sure, I think you could. I think that I don't think that they want to. Like, I think that is a super fine thing to suspend your disbelief for. I would suspend my disbelief even further. For if it was my game, if it was my home game. For some reason, or not for some reason, they do not like to do that. You know, it doesn't need to be elaborate. For them, it seems to be.
And here, just kind of extending the stone
Just like
work
just out this way?
upwards.
Upward.
So that they can
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Give us cover.
Okay, so we'll say
do the Gears of War, you know?
Can I raise a point?
Crouch.
Charles doesn't get where
Do you have anything to keep you from falling if he attacks you on that ravine?
It would be hard to fall if he attacks us.
This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. I'm just so mentally curious how Matt is going to handle the issue of flying. Because that makes a lot of sense for thinking about shooting down on Vorugal while he is at the bottom of the ravine, which is great for springing the trap. Once he's there and engaged with the Greastro, you can very quickly pop out, do your attack on him, and then take back cover, and you're probably safe from the first ice breath, assuming that he immediately flies up. Now, the question from Matt's perspective, from my, the perspective that I'm thinking about most of the time, is I know their plan now, so I'm thinking through, okay, I know about how their plan is going to go. How do I pace Vorugal's decisions? How long do I keep him in the canyon? Because this fight will go a certain way, very much based on just Vorugal's inclinations, so far at least. We haven't heard them outwardly mention anything that would lock him down. Now, there's Earthbind, there's Percy's, I think it's Wing Shot, that forces airborne creatures down. So they certainly have things that could theoretically keep him in there. But I'm curious, and in my head, I'm trying to think about how soon do I have him try to fly up? Is it first thing? Is he distracted by the Greastro a little bit more? I'm definitely really trying to in my own head, and I if I'm the DM, I should have done this probably before even this session, because since there's no open or since there's no cave or whatever, we're in open sky. The pacing of this fight is super dependent on Vorugal's decision making. And so before this session, really trying to hammer out what his mentality is like and what his priorities are like really trying to hammer out Vorugal's targeting priority. Like, if he sees a bunch of weaker threats suddenly pop up during the middle of an existing fight, does he try to clear out the weaker threats, or does he stay focused on the strong threat? Or does he just peace out? When does he peace out? I might even, if I was wanting to take some easy notes for myself, I might write down an HP threshold. I might write down a single damage threshold. I might think about, those morale check type of thresholds. Purely because Vorugal is so capable of escaping. Yes, there are things that they might be able to do to prevent it, but that doesn't mean that he shouldn't try. He actively should try so that their ability to prevent it is even more highlighted and even more clear. So you still, as the DM, even if you think that they're going to stop him, you have to decide when he's going to try, and thereby when they're going to stop him. And unfortunately, I don't feel like I know enough behind the screen information to make a determination of when I would do that. But I'll be very interested to see what Matt's cadence is like here. Why they never stone shape giant barrels and make heavy fixed artillery seems like a wasted surprise attack. Can stone stand up you know, stone-shaped giant barrels and make heavy fixed artillery. I don't feel like stone could stand up to the explosive power needed to fling a projectile artillery ranges. But maybe, I don't know. Considering Vorugal likes to hunt, it's implied that he wouldn't just run. Yes. I think it's implied that he wouldn't run at first. I completely agree. I think that Vorugal will play out the combat longer than, say, Umbrasil. But he won't play it out forever, right? If you make it to ancient status as a and at the very least retreat to his lair. So my question internally is, when does he give up the hunt and go back to his lair? That's my question internally, because I think it should be at some point. I'm really against almost all creatures, especially creatures that have to procreate. I'm super against all of them always fighting to the death. That's one of my least favorite D&D tropes. It is the thing that will immediately take me out of it. If a creature that should have some amount of survival instinct never runs, that ejects me from the story. But it can and will be very variable on when. Yeah. I just don't think he would leave when more combatants enter the fight. That's super fair. My thought process is more, does he turn to fight them, or does he continue fighting the Garistro? You know, thinking about, because yeah, it's not necessarily just the cadence of when he runs. It's also thinking through his targeting priority, which Matt is much more capable of doing because he actually knows Vorugal's personality. Because my assumption with Vorugal would be that he would take out the weaker foes first. My assumption is that he would be... This is my assumption. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong. Matt knows what's right in this situation. But my assumption with what I know of Vorugal would be that he would look for the person that visually looks the weakest. Probably Scanlan. Keyleth probably second. Then Vex, Percy Vax, Pike Grog. I think that would be my targeting priority order. And I think that he would target people from least capable to most capable. I think he would want to simplify the combat as much as possible, to where it's the least complicated, kind of hinging on that like lower intelligence kind of thought process. Make it as the least complicated he can. So that would be my targeting priority. But I also wouldn't want him to utilize like actual battlefield evaluations. Like I would not want him to say look at one of them and determine that even though they don't look weak, that they actually are weak. I wouldn't want him to make those sorts of determinations. I would want him to make his determinations based on what he can literally see or literally experiences. And based on those experiences, target the weakest.
On and fuck us?
No, he went
He was heading west, right?
Which is not the direction.
Isn't that
Direction
direction
was
west?
south. She was far south.
Oh.
Yes, we do.
Can you do your detect dragons?
I guess, yeah, I can.
Akeem at this point, by the way, is making an offer to keeping watch. Goes,
I'm not sure if that was purposeful on Matt's part. I think it depends on how generous you're going to be. But I think it's possible that it was purposeful. Because originally he said, you can't pin down where Raishan is. And then after that, he ends by saying, never mind, you can pin down a general direction, which is south. And then he very distinctly includes that Vorugal is flying west, not just away from them, but specifically west, which seemed to me it could have been purely accidental on his part, that of what that implication ended up implying later, or what those statements ended up implying later. But I also think it's very possible that it could have been purposeful. Stuttering. And if so, good little drop on him. Good little drop of information for this to at least imply some doubt on whether or not the two of them are going to go meet up.
you guys expecting anyone?
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
And you see Kima with kind of drops them all to the ground, kind of points up, and you see stepping down the ravine, or stepping actually up from the ravine, from this side, this way. You see what looks to be a small, kind of stout-looking dwarf character walking up. Kind of bulbous red nose. You can see kind of a thick winter coat over, cloth tied over the top of the head. Kind of a crossbow to one side, and just kind of walks up and goes, "Hi, Larkin, the one you hired, the mercenary, to help you with this exchange.
Oh, right.
We hired somebody?
Yes.
When was this?
Back in Whitestone, we hired somebody to come help us fight.
We did?
When?
Why on earth would we do that? We're super strong.
Wait, what? I kick Scalen a little bit? Oh, they're lying. Okay. Dude, fucking Mega is Sam. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? What?
Kind of kick Scanlan a little bit.
Shit. Sorry.
So, glad we've all got together. I see you've begun your plans, so tell me, what is your plan?"
Larkin, was it?
"Larkin,
Larkin. Larkin, do you have any spells you can use?
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, We'll see how it pans out."
I'm gonna talk to him in Dwarvish, and I'm gonna ask him where he's from.
Okay, yes, where from? I don't feel comfortable as, speaking our language in front of people to understand. It's impolite.
She's good.
It is quite impolite.
Watch as Larkin's expression gets very dire for a second. It's like, what are you doing?
I whispered it.
Larkin, are you ready to help us kill a dragon?
That's what you hired me for, isn't it?
Oh, don't you think dragons are just the biggest dick fucks ever?
To be honest, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Larkin.
Just fucking got it.
Yes, I totally remember you, Larkin.
Is it a guest PC? I feel like it must be.
I kick Scanlan again just for sheer joy this time.
We're setting up camp. The attack begins tomorrow morning. There's going to be a beast. There will be a fight.
Yeah, we kind of have a plan, but, fucking dragons, so...
We'll see how it goes.
Do what you
So
can.
we're going to try and tire him out.
All right, I'll keep an eye.
Once he's tired out,
So I'll go on your signal then.
Will you be joining us here at the battle or providing support from afar?
I'll be providing support from a comfortable space.
What kind of support? Long-distance attacks or healing or...
Man, what's your style?
Let's just say at the beginning, I'll go ahead and bring some pain from a distance and only close that distance when things get real nasty and hot.
And Larkin, the reason we hired you, now that I remember, was for your extreme knowledge of dragons and their behaviors. Tell me this, should we be concerned when this one leaves his lair about hobbling its lair or somehow preventing it from returning?
Do you know when it's returning?
No.
Well, we know that it'll be coming here for a fight.
If you don't know when it's returning, don't step into its lair.
Is there a way to prevent it from getting back to its lair?
Killing it.
Real simple answer, I think.
it's not like a vampire. You can't just...
Kima leans into you, Scanlan. Who's this?
Mercenary.
Larkin.
We hired him.
Yeah, he's a real deadeye.
There's also going to be a field of lizard people.
Ravenites.
I told you it was complicated, yeah?
Kima can cross her arms for a second.
The fuck is going on? Larkin. Nope. All right. I'm just gonna keep riding with it. Because I don't know what the hell is happening.
You also told me you had another ally coming.
What of?
We did.
You did? I wasn't there.
We have a hard time keeping track of everyone that we hire and fire.
That's why it's going to be a great plan.
You know why? We have Pike. That's our other ally. She's here now.
Here I am.
Mansion would be lovely.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, it's all right. Listen, all you got to do is smash dragon with us tomorrow. Yeah,
Which dragon?
the white
The
one.
white one that's here, that will be here.
That one was about Raishan.
Let's
Follow
make the mansion
our
right now.
lead.
Please make the mansion.
Certainly.
We'll see. Yes, we'll.
I'll make the mention behind a rock outcropping. Kima, I need your help to make sure that I'm not spotted while I do this ritual.
All right.
So this is great. So tomorrow you pop in, you summon, we all pop back into the mansion. We're hiding in the mansion while the fight's going on.
Well, someone has to be on the outside watching to find out what's happening.
Right.
Should we have someone near where the dragon is so we
Someone who
can
can
get
be
eyes?
invisible, someone who can be a hawk,
Watch.
Someone who can look like one of the dragon.
the Ravenites.
Siam, what are you going to do? You're going to pop this thing out and then hop in the mansion?
Yes.
Tomorrow we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So Keyleth could be a hawk over by Vorugal.
Watching?
Is there any way to let us know though?
Not if we're in the mansion.
Yeah, because the earrings don't work
Then
through the
there's no
mansion,
point.
right?
Well, not from inside to out. No, we have in the same plane.
Well, someone would have to be next to the doorway, pop their head in and say, oi, oi, it's on.
Or just crack the door.
But we also have these bubbles of watching around, don't we?
Which will be you and I.
I imagine
before
you
the
should be,
fight.
yeah, you should be in
Or
the
I can just drop
Before
the
sunrise,
mansion.
you climb up and wait.
Well, the mansion could be good if things go terribly wrong.
Yes, it's a last.
That's true. If the mansion door is open and hidden, say, behind that outcropping of rock there, you leave the door open, but behind it, Keyleth could take to the sky, I could find somewhere low and be hidden. And I can dart inside, I can be inside in a second.
And at the very least, Kima can be waiting inside the mansion.
I'm sorry, we're all just ignoring Larkin? Who is this? We're just not gonna address it. No one's gonna address it? He's just here now? Is this the great fucking Critical Role Gaslight of 2016? It's Larkin. Yeah, oh, it's Larkin. Right. For sure. Yeah, right. It's Larkin. My bad. What are we talking about here? Is Larkin just going to be a perpetual CR bit forever? He just comes in and out of the story, never explained. He is imposed upon the party. He's like a fucking Twilight Zone episode. He's the mysterious stranger where he comes in and he fucking Men in Blacks them. Did he Men in Black them? Answer me this, chat. Did he Men in Black them and insert memories of having hired him? And Scanlan is the only one that's resistant to said memories? What are we talking about here? Dawn in the Buffy S5. Yes! What the fuck are we talking about? You should theorize about who the guest playing Larkin will be. I'm assuming someone I haven't met yet. I don't know most of the guests that they bring on, to be fair. I knew Patrick Rothfuss. That's pretty much it. So I assume that I don't know who will be playing Larkin. I assume?
As can our lesser stealthy friend Pike. We can at least keep them in there.
Yeah. Sounds
Until
great.
it's time.
Right.
Oh, okay. I got it. Okay. All right. Egg on my face. I once again forgot how the dragon's polymorph works. In my head, Raishan was going to walk up and be assumed. Totally forgot that it was probably just going to be someone totally different. That's fair. Shut the fuck up. Fuck up. You even mentioned Raishan. I know. Shut up. God, it's so hard for me to remember that they can change what their human form looks like. I still, even knowing it still feels wrong.
She isn't in here.
Larkin is Raishan. Really?
Holy shit.
You're the last one to realize that?
No, are you kidding? Or on the internet.
Stop it.
It's me. I'm the last one. I had no idea.
I got it faster than Liam. Let's go. No, Mega's somewhere between Liam and Sam. Let's go. I beat one of them. Wait, I gotta rewatch that reaction. Y'all were holding that too. Everyone had it fucking typed in. It was just waiting to press enter. I know it. I know that you are bastards. You have no idea how big of a smile I got. God. Sam got it before me. I did not even remotely. If you didn't pause to think, you might have gotten there at the same time. That is fair. That is possible. Wait, I gotta see him realize.
Larkin can take care of
Also,
herself.
with no fucking idea where Raishan is or what she's going to do, if anything.
We know that the one place she isn't is in here.
Larkin is Raishan.
They all look so funny. They're so confused at his confusion.
What she's going to do, if anything.
We know that the one place she isn't is in here.
She's looking at Taliesin. She's like, he doesn't know. Oh my god, dude.
Thank you so much. Tim, do you have something prepared?
Dude, ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous, dude. Timestamp for after the break. Wait, let's see. We're gonna see if the old timestamp go to timestamp button works. Zoop.
Roll for $3 off.
Oh,
That's a lot of blood.
it
And
didn't
it's a lot of
work, but
savings.
that's
for the new loot crate.
I know
whose
why.
theme is horror.
because it wasn't full. It was full screened. Wait. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Wait. God, I can't. At least I figured it out. I wasn't told. That's fair. That's fair.
Welcome back.
Hey, it worked. It works. Let's go. It went straight to the time code. Oh my god. I was literally like, is this a prearranged bit that some of them just forgot about? That is what I thought it must have been. This is It's going to be a CR bit for all time. Oh my god. Gotta have a running timer in the clip. Yeah, dude, this is the most obvious edit it into a short I've seen. I so agree. Yeah, see if I got it faster than Liam, including the pausing. Oh my god, dude. It's a game of touch your nose and Liam is last. Yeah. Oh my god. I want that Larkin note to remain unchanged. No, I have to. Oh, fuck. I did. Oh, I wrote so. Oh, man. I'm a dummy. Mega is Liam. Larkin is fucking Raishon. Sad face. Shit. Oh, VM interaction with Larkin is. Well, I remember Larkin looking at them and looking at him weird. And being like, it's impolite to speak in Dwarvish. Oh my god, because Raishon doesn't know Dwarvish. Fuck, dude. And I was like, I literally was like, Marisha is doing a terrible job of keeping this bit under wraps. She's making this real obvious that this was pre-planned. Motherfucker, dude. No thoughts in head. I only know eat hot chip and sleep. Not even know ABCs. Not even know dragon polymorph.
A brief break. You guys have taken your time in the evening to rest up, get your spells back, prepared for the coming confrontation. Your now 1 day delayed confrontation with Vorugal. As your evening comes to a close, the next morning is now before you.
Hang on. We weren't done.
We have to do at least
We have to do things.
Yeah. One last thing.
Then let's do things.
We have to eat.
We have to do the hero's
We have
feast.
to do the hero's feast for
I am continually stumped by Raishon. Raishon, the goddamn deceiver, is maybe one of the things that I have had the most trouble with predicting. I feel like I've at least gotten in the ballpark of some other shit, of most other shit. But Raishon continues to elude me. At every turn. Shit.
sure.
Who's gonna do it?
I
Right.
am.
Boom.
All right, Pike drops down Heroes Feast, 1,000 gold out of your queue.
That's okay.
Worth it,
I
man.
bring
Worth it, man.
But all of you enjoy your first non-chicken related meal within Scanlan's mansion.
Oh, it feels good.
It'll be done. He returns to the other two, and they begin to make their way rather briskly back towards the direction of Vorugal's lair.
Right.
All right. Fuck it.
Not sure. This is much like the Vorugal flying off to the west or whatever. Not sure if it was planned, or if Matt is just responding to that confusion. I like to think, because I think it's frankly more impressive, that he easily, that he just instantly improv'd something that would put all of that to rest, because they were very quickly spiraling down into a confusion spiral, I suppose. And they did not need to be. And so I like that there was just a very quick, like, hey, here's some Ravenites. What's the plan? Just tell them. You don't need to debate it amongst yourselves. Just tell them what the plan is. Easy. Simple.
When you see the dragon pop up into the sky and head this direction, start summoning.
Percy? Up?
Oh yes, please.
Right. I take Percy up top.
Okay, so you bring Percy up onto the top. The rain starts.
I think he improved it too, and that is good and impressive. I think there are a few points from this episode where I feel like at the beginning I saw a little bit of annoyance from Matt, and now I think he's gotten used to it, and he seems to be consistently thinking about and finding ways to clear up confusion and to move things quicker and to break them out of analysis zone. I think that especially like past like a third. I don't know if I even know that exactly, but it feels like it's gotten even better as the episode's gone on. He's been doing quite a few things, it seems, to try and clear up any confusion when he can.
And to come down kind of hard now, and you're instinctively getting the chills and shivering a little bit. You get up into your kind of little parapet area, place him there, camouflage as best
I
as you
try to
can.
move some snow around and try to
Yeah,
block it.
Percy, you need to make a stealth check, just in general.
Who, me? No.
Oh, Percy.
Where's my spell? That's 16.
16, good enough. Okay, so you place him up there. What else are you guys doing? You got 30 minutes. 25 now.
I'm gonna go stake out the. I'm gonna hide behind the.
25 now. Damn. Fucking fair though. He's just like, come on. 25 now. Let's go.
Stone this all the way on the bottom end of the screen I'm looking at, so the far
Here?
end. Nope, opposite side. Nope, opposite wall.
Again, speaking of him trying to get them there, he's just like, fuck it, fine. You can do whatever you want. You got 30 minutes, and I'm gonna let you know that it's ticking down.
Sorry, yeah, behind it.
Here.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It's got it.
Okay. Percy died.
And I think
Don't say that again.
I think I already said it, but the Deathwalker's ward is set to cold.
Yes. The parapet structure itself is slightly off color to the rest of the ice, and you do see the gleaming of Percy's cloak through the cover you've placed.
Shit. I dive back down and try to cover him a little bit more before I head over to my side.
Okay, that'll be the rest of this 30-minute preparation for you to
Okay.
do that. All right. Who else is doing right now?
Love it. 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 Start locking them down into shit. I've talked before about how I think more often, and this goes for myself as well, especially since playing Baldur's Gate 3 and using like the out of combat like initiative situation. I was already a fan of this general concept before that, but that has solidified it, of not necessarily using initiative strictly out of combat, but saying, okay, in this time period, you each get this many actions, general actions, whatever. You know, go around and tell me what each of them are. Matt's not obviously doing that exactly. He's kind of doing a more flexible version of that, but he still is setting up a time frame, and actions that they are doing are spending parts of that time. And I think that that is a good way to make sure that they are not infinitely prepping and infinitely spinning forever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we are about to go into ads, but I'm going to say no ads. I'm going to say no ads. We're close to where we're going to end anyways. I'm just going to turn off auto ads. There we go. But Laura traumatized after the Glint Shore where the 2 times they made Percy die joke. Yeah. It's like a very short downtime. It's like a very short downtime. Yes, precisely. Yeah. You're taking a period of time and saying you can conceptually do one thing. And the size of that thing is kind of dependent on how long of a period of time we're abstracting. I totally agree. Yes. Yes. And I think that it's a good way to break them past analysis paralysis. Because let's be real, they have planned and replanned and overplanned this fucking combat. They had all of yesterday to do it. They are fine. They do not need to do a bunch more. So giving them this 30 minutes and saying, you know, you can do stuff, but it's going to use up the time. 2 huge thumbs up from me. It definitely seems like, this is a bit of speculation, but it seems like Matt went into this not necessarily expecting all of the spinning their wheels, that he was in analysis paralysis. I don't think he was necessarily expecting all that. And I think you can kind of tell at the beginning, but I think that he's really gotten into it, and in my opinion seems to be very clearly thinking about strategies to break them through it. And very clearly not really getting annoyed at all, is just trying to be productive. He's just trying to get them where they need to go, which is ultimately, that's one of the DM's jobs. And I think he's doing a really good job of it, especially when it seems like you didn't particularly expect it. It's a good show of like flexible DMing. Yeah.
I think I could just beat a little.
Little.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on myself as soon as I get to the other side.
Any thoughts on why this fight plan seems more awkward than the one before Umbrasil? That one had the same problems, but not the slow feeling. I think it is because of the length of the Chroma Conclave arc. I think that this fight and these fights in general have had such crazy buildup, and they have built the expectations of them up so much in their mind. And with Umbrasil, they weren't quite sure what the repercussions were going to be. With this, they can be very confident that the repercussions will be them getting into a fight with Vorugal very soon after. So I think part of it is that not even that the repercussions are necessarily worse. I wouldn't say that. But that the fact that the repercussions for it are more concrete, regardless of if they win or not. Because the repercussions are more concrete, I think they feel a pressure for their plan to be more concrete as well. I think that it is having an effect on their mentality, at the very least. I also think that to an extent, it has to do with the repercussions of Percy dying in the Ripley fight. Someone mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Laura is traumatized after the Glinshore battle. It's like, obviously it's a skosh of hyperbole, but I think to an extent, they did not plan in Glinshore. They did not go slowly. They rushed forward, even when there were clear, bright warning signs, and Percy died, largely because of that. So I think it's all of these things. I think it's kind of the culmination of the arc, the repercussions being more clear, the fact that they are working with unstable tools. I think someone mentioned the gate scroll. Them being nervous about the gate scroll not working, them being nervous about Raishan's involvement, them remembering and having a bit of memory from the Glinshore battle. I think all of these are kind of working together in concert to make them incredibly nervous about this. I don't really blame them. I blame them and Matt for certain aspects of how we got here. Like the fact that it's been this long since we started the Chroma Conclave arc and since we even fought Umbrasyl. I think that's a little bit on them. But broadly, I think it makes sense how they got here. And I don't think that these feelings are unreasonable. And I think that seems to have really emotionally clicked in Matt's mind as well during this session. And he has started to be very productive at understanding that these are just going to be emotions that his players are feeling. No way around it. And what can he do to get them through it? Because they just need to get through it. There's nothing that he can do to alleviate the feelings. He just has to push them through it without them feeling like they're being pushed off a cliff. They need to be pushed through the door, not off the side. And I think he's doing a good job. Yeah. And Erica asked right after Sarah, lol. Not gonna lie, Raishan showing up here makes her seem pretty desperate. The gang seems like they're being very obvious that they want to kill her too. I agree. And hey guys, calm down. God, I thought someone was coming in the front door. I got scared. The dogs are just fucking with it. Yeah, I think it makes Raishan either seem desperate, and desperate people do stupid things, or it makes it seem like a trap. So I think that's also a layer of the nervousness. They've committed to using Raishan for this, but I think that they are still nervous about it because she's fucking sketchy, dude. She's sketchy as hell. So that's gonna cause nervousness no matter if they all agreed about it, Glinshore was only 3 episodes ago. Yeah, it's only 3 episodes ago. Yeah. They've got their good buddy Larkin. So true. Do you think they'll be able to kill Vorugal, Yank, and Raishan all at once? Ooh. I don't know. I don't know enough about Greastros. I don't know about their alignment. Not in the classic way, but I don't know enough about their motivations. Are they fucking murder machines? I said earlier that I don't love it when an adversary is just mindless murder and has no self-preservation. I'm a little bit more flexible and understanding when it's something like a Rakshasa that can come back, or a demon, or a devil. Something that, I referenced procreating. Something that doesn't need to survive to pass on their genes. I am more forgiving of that not having a survival instinct and just throwing itself at something until it dies. So I don't know if Greastros are like that, a little bit more mindless. I don't know if they're more strategic. I don't know anything about them. So it's hard for me to say how this is gonna go. But if Yank immediately was like, yo, Vorugal, daps him up, and is like, are we gonna kill these fucking mortals, yo? And then Raishan immediately also flips. So they go immediately into that sort of combat. I don't think they win. I don't think they win that at all. I think they can handily beat any of the dragons. Well, save Thordak. I don't know. Thordak is magically infused. I don't know how much more powerful that makes him. Obviously some amount, but I don't know how much. But I think they could easily beat Raishan or Vorugal in isolation if they can't run away. So if they like walk into a cave, like they did with Rhymefang or Umbrasyl, right? If they get Umbrasyl, or if they get Vorugal or Raishan in a cave alone, I think they beat them no problem. Like, not even a question. If Raishan immediately flips on them, it's gonna really depend on how weak that curse makes her. It's gonna really depend on that. Because we don't know the exact amount weaker that she is. So, depends. I think there's a chance. If it's the two of them plus Yank, if Yank immediately turns around, teams up with them, and Raishan immediately turns around, I don't think there's a chance. I think they get TPK'd. I mean, well, they don't get TPK'd. They, some of them go and at least go and hide in the mansion. That's that, yeah. So I think I think most likely they win here. But I'd say with Larkin at their side, there's a good chance. Right. For sure. I totally forgot about that. My bad. Maybe Larkin is Yank in disguise. I mean, if Yank shows up, won't really be up to him. Or up to me. It's up to the roll of the dice. So who knows about Yank? Imagine if in this fight Raishan planned to betray them, but Vorugal sees Larkin and doesn't get it either. I mean, if there was any dragon who wouldn't. like a zealot. Yeah. Like, I can see it for certain creatures in certain contexts, but broadly, I think it's too overused. The whole, like, fight to the death thing. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think most likely they're totally fine. But there are some ways that this could go where they're not.
Pike and Grog.
Okay.
Go.
Oh.
Okay.
Grog in mentions all? Already?
Yep.
Kima's kind of like...
Is that right?
Hi, Kima.
Is this what we're doing right now? Guys, we are almost done. And then I'm going to take you guys on a walk.